The guy who I think is the second best overall player in this draft, as well as the best overall guard in this draft, is 6'5", 215-pound guard Killian Hayes. A teenager with EuroLeague experience, he has the frame to drive on smaller guards and finish with ease, and he also has the ability to shoot over smaller guards on the perimeter. His pick and roll playmaking ability, his off-the-ball defense, as well as his overall soft touch around the basket makes him a compelling prospect in this draft. I'm going to get into the major strength that will allow him to succeed at the next level, but also a major weakness that could hurt him if he doesn't turn it around within his first few years in the league. Let me explain to you why Killian Hayes, and not LaMelo Ball, is the best guard prospect in the 2020 NBA draft. His biggest strength is his ability to create for others in the pick and roll, as well as his cross-court and transition passing. Watch these first 3 passes this dude does. How many 19-year-olds have you seen that can do what this kid is doing in the pick and roll? Watch how patient he is when he's attacking the left side of the floor. Always has his head up and is always looking for the rim runner. He has this raw, innate ability to come off a dribble, use a stutter step, and look up and find a man at the basket. As we've seen, he does this both through the air as well as on the ground. Because of his frame and because of his size, he's able to get that ball up over shorter guards and is able to throw it past the hands of the helping big. And that allows him to throw this pass with relative ease to the rolling big. He can find open shooters coming around curls, he can lob it at the rim, and he can also throw exceptional skip passes. The next few that you're going to see are going to be his exceptional vision on skip passes. My NBA comparison for him as of right now is Goran Dragic. We just saw in the bubble that Goran, with Bam Adebayo in the pick and roll, throws similar passes the way that Killian Hayes does, as you can see in these 2 clips. Look at Killian's ability to kind of show patience here and there in the lane. It's something similar to how Goran was able to torch the Celtics with Bam in the East semis. He was able to use Bam as a pawn while he was able to go around the big on a switch and finish over top. Killian will often be very hasty with the ball. He will try to dribble between 2 defenders when his handle is not as good as it could be. He also leaves his feet before he knows where he's going with the ball, which leads to steals and live ball turnovers. He sometimes dribbles himself into bad pull-ups, and when planting his pivot foot, he sometimes throws it without thinking to either the defender or out of bounds. His hastiness can sometimes cause him to take bad shots in the lane, as well as not pass out of double teams when he's driving to the basket. All of these things are definitely going to be things he needs to work on before he gets into the league. Leaving your feet without knowing what to do with the ball is something that NBA defenses are going to eat him alive, because a lot of transition teams in today's league who like to push the pace will capitalize on his mistakes. His ability is raw enough for him to combat this, but he needs to get a tighter handle, and he also needs to be aware of people jumping the passing lane. My final thoughts on Killian Hayes are that I do think he is the best guard in this draft. A lot of people have question marks about his ability to consistently shoot the 3, especially since he shot 29% over the course of his career in the European League. This isn't too concerning for me because a lot of people in NBA circles know that if you shoot well at the free throw line, you're destined to do better on threes. And this is exactly the case for Killian Hayes. He shoots 88% at the foul line, which for him is going to be very successful for him to build at the next level. As I said before, his ability to finish floaters around the basket is second to none. His ability to move in the pick and roll is next to none. I love him as a prospect, and I think he has huge defensive upside. He just has to learn how to be careful with the ball and learn the schemes of NBA defenses. If he's able to do this, and if he's able to incorporate all these facets of his game, as well as incorporate a consistent jumper and be able to move several people around the floor, causing defenses to be confused, he's going to end up being the best player in this draft. He is a safer pick than LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards, and if I was a betting man, I would say that he is the best guard in this draft. Please, if you like this video, subscribe to Mouse in the House podcast as well as Game Winning Turnover. We produce a lot of content and we'd appreciate the follow.